Welcome to Eternal Philosophies. William of Ockham, 1287 to 1347, was a fascinating and uncompromising thinker, whose sharp intellect and bold ideas often placed him at odds with the intellectual and religious authorities of his time. Both admired and criticized, Ockham was a pioneer of nominalism, rejecting the grand metaphysical systems of medieval scholasticism in favor of a worldview grounded in logic and empirical observation. His principle of logical parsimony, famously known as Occam's razor, remains one of the most enduring tools for simplifying complex ideas and cutting through unnecessary assumptions. In an era dominated by towering figures like Thomas Aquinas, whose Summa Theologica sought to reconcile faith and reason through intricate metaphysical frameworks, Occam stood apart. His decision to title his seminal work Summa Logicae was no coincidence. It was a deliberate statement, emphasizing the primacy of logic over theological speculation. His ideas not only reshaped medieval philosophy, but also laid the intellectual groundwork for modern science and critical thinking, influencing later figures such as René Descartes, John Locke, and Galileo Galilei. Who was William Ockham? William of Ockham's story begins in the quiet village of Ockham, Surrey. Orphaned young, he joined the Franciscan order, where his brilliance earned him a place at Oxford's prestigious theology program. But Ockham was no conformist. His lectures challenged the era's metaphysical certainties, arguing that abstract concepts like justice or humanity were mere labels, not divine truths. By 1324, his unorthodox views landed him in Avignon, summoned by Pope John XXII to face heresy charges. For 4 years, Ockham defended his ideas while studying papal decrees. What he discovered horrified him. The Church's claims to absolute power were, in his eyes, a corruption of Christ's teachings. When he denounced the Pope as a heretic, he fled to Munich, seeking protection under Emperor Louis IV. There, he spent his final decades writing fiery critiques of papal authority and refining his philosophy. Ockham died during the Black Death, but his ideas outlived the plague. His works, like Summa Logicae, a masterclass in logic, and political treatises advocating for church-state separation, laid the groundwork for the Renaissance and Enlightenment, philosophy and the razor, a world of individuals. Ockham's nominalism shattered medieval metaphysics. For him, reality was not a hierarchy of divine essences, but a collection of individuals, trees, stones, people. Universals, like beauty or truth, were inventions of the mind, not cosmic truths. This radical empiricism shifted focus to observable reality, influencing later scientists like Galileo. Occam's razor. What can be explained with fewer assumptions should not be explained with more. From astronomy to AI, the razor demands simplicity. When Copernicus argued Earth orbits the sun, not vice versa, he wielded Occam's logic, a heliocentric model simplified celestial math. 7 quotes. 1. It is futile to do with more what can be done with fewer. More than efficiency, this reflects Occam's worldview. Truth is elegant, not convoluted. In politics, he applied this to governance. Rulers, like theories, should avoid excess control. 2. Logic is the most useful tool of all the arts. For Ockham, logic was liberation. By dissecting fallacies, he exposed the Church's power grabs, like using divine right to justify wealth. His razor cut through dogma demanding proof. 3. Plurality should not be posited without necessity, a manifesto for skepticism. Ockham distrusted grand narratives, e.g., God wills all suffering. His razor asks, can we explain evil without invoking inscrutable divine plans? 4. Intuitive cognition enables us to know whether a thing exists. Here lies Occam's empiricism. Knowledge begins with sensory experience, not abstract meditation. This foreshadowed the scientific revolution's reliance on observation. 5. A concept is a natural sign existing in the mind, nominalism's core. Words like freedom or sin are tools, not eternal truths. This democratized knowledge. Truth wasn't reserved for theologians but accessible to all through reason. 6. The Pope has no right to worldly power. A bombshell in the 14th century. Ockham argued Christ's teachings rejected wealth and power, making the papacy's opulence hypocritical. His ideas fueled later Reformation critiques. 7. With all things being equal, the simplest explanation tends to be the right one. A battle cry for critical thinking. Modern applications range from diagnosing diseases, ruling out rare conditions first, to decoding quantum physics. Occam's razor isn't just a philosophical tool, it's a mindset. In an age of misinformation and complexity, his call for clarity resonates. Question authority, distrust unnecessary complexity, and seek truth in the tangible. William of Ockham, the heretic friar, reminds us that sometimes the sharpest ideas come from cutting away the noise. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more Eternal Philosophies content. Until next time.